picture of Guam. She's the daughter of Guam.
Paid for by Shelton for Congress, Johnny Cole Torres, Treasurer.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at Matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators up to $7,000 off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime. The burglaries targeting public schools during the summer break takes the spotlight during Guam DOE's oversight hearing. Plus, a grand jury indicts the trio accused in a deadly shooting in Talofofo. And 80 years since Guam was liberated from Japanese occupation, the community excited to honor and celebrate.
Hafid and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado. Biba Fresco Friday. Thank you for ending your week here with us. There's been an alarming rise in school break-ins. One Dededo Elementary School burglarized a total 52 times this year alone. 2 suspects now in custody. Mitsuki Hirayama reports.
We've seen a significant uptick in break-ins.
An over 40% increase in school break-ins, causing concern for the Guam Department of Education, according to Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Swanson. There have been 52 break-ins at Finnegodson Elementary School this year alone. Last year, they had just 1. The alarming uptick coming to light during an education oversight hearing Thursday had Committee Chair Senator Chris Barnett questioning if it was a mistake.
That's not a typo, 52.
On Thursday, a second suspect was arrested in connection to the multiple burglaries reported at the Dededo school. 25-year-old Alex Tamanglo is charged with multiple counts of complicity to commit burglary, forced entry, and complicity to commit theft, among other similar charges. The burglaries led to thousands of dollars in stolen items and damages at Finnegodson Elementary this summer.
Our conversations with law enforcement lead us to believe, too, that many of the folks that have been involved in this kind of activity are involved in the drug trade. What we've had stolen is things that have street value that can be sold, and also food. So we know we have people that are hungry and looking for cash.
Co-actor Freddie Susuiko has since been charged for his alleged role. A third suspect was named in court documents but has not yet been charged. Meanwhile, other break-ins at public schools further north compounding the headache.
Currently, we have 3 main entrance crews repairing downed and damaged fences at Salmon Sanchez and FB. And as soon as we repair them, we come back the next day and they've been cut. So there's quite an emphasis on right now, especially at the FBLG site. We had quite a bit of material stolen from the contractor.
He says copper wires are being stolen from FBLG Middle School, which is currently undergoing construction. The school was forced to close in 2022 after pieces of concrete fell from the ceiling. Swanson adds it's where Simon Sanchez High Sharks might be double sessioning, though he admits it's 6 months away from being ready to reopen.
There is not a workable option at this point. Once FBLG is back on their campus, we could make an adjustment, but the doubling up would be on that campus, but at least be in their own neighborhood, and that's an option we've discussed.
Meantime, to combat the break-ins, he says GDOE is coordinating with the Guam Police Department to increase patrols at night and possibly on-site security. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
The 3 people accused in connection to the shooting death of Joshua Taitagui in Talofofo have been indicted by Superior Court grand jury. David Nkanko Jr. is charged with aggravated murder and robbery. Francis Cruz is charged with complicity to commit aggravated murder and robbery. And Daryl Cundiff is charged with possession of a firearm without a valid ID and illegal transfer of a firearm. Investigators confirming Taitagui suffered a gunshot wound to his head. He was left in the middle of the road and his car was stolen. Investigators say the killing was drug-related. The trio will answer to the charges in local court on July 20. From the floats to the block party, parade to fireworks, the preparations for the Liberation Weekend are well underway and we're excited for it.
Hagåtña will be the place to be this weekend.
We've been prepping this for like the last month. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
A block party at the Chamorro Village Huts and Paseo. Jams Media is getting the place ready for the performers along with the immersive fireworks show.
We're doing 3 locations simultaneously. That's going to be pretty dope.
Hagåtña is prime spot to see the spectacle on July 21st at 7:21 p.m. Games, rides, vendors, and food trucks will also be on hand.
It's good to know this culture and see how they celebrate the liberation, and it's good to talk to the people, the community, and get to enjoy it with them, and also share a little bit of our experience and our culture as well as a Mexican food truck.
Many building floats for Sunday's big parade, which starts at 8 a.m. Designer Adrian Diaz is volunteering to build the Guam Memorial Hospital's float with less than 48 hours before showtime.
Can we do it? That's what I do. I guess it's the challenge and the thrill of, we decorate weddings in 2 days, so this shouldn't be that difficult.
While the island gears up for the weekend fun, Mongmong Totsu Mighty Kids Summer Camp wasted no time celebrating with a party of their own today.
Love the games. We have Plinko, we have bean toss, we have a dunk tank, we have the can toss, mega ring toss, and a little ducky game that were all created by our staff and interns here, and the kids are enjoying it.
A pre-block party for these youngsters as they get ready to honor Guam's greatest generation, this 80th liberation.
The parade route along Marine Corps Drive in Hagåtña will be closed to all traffic Sunday at 5 a.m. San Diego resident Mariana Salas Ramos joins a long line of Liberation Queens carrying the sons and daughters of Guam Club's Liberation Crown. She's now on the island for this year's festivities with plans to meet Guam's 80th Liberation Day Queen Leila Cabrini Delgado Espinal. Destiny Cruz has more.
Far from home, but never disconnected.
It's empowering to be Chamorro and to always stand with being Chamorro.
For the thriving, culturally rich Chamorro diaspora in San Diego, California, Guam's liberation is just as celebrated thousands of miles away. And in true tradition, the sons and daughters of Guam Club have crowned their Liberation Queen, who's on the island just in time for the 80th Liberation Day festivities. Queen Mariana Salas Ramos and SDCGI President Antolin Tyron.
We've been celebrating liberation Coronation Ball for the last 70 years. We have just celebrated our 70-year anniversary last year. So we're hitting our milestone. So we're here to take this opportunity to take our queen. We have not had any a Liberation Queen coming to Guam since after COVID.
Ramos hoping her reign will inspire youth to cling tightly to their heritage.
I just want to show them to not be scared of showing your culture and being proud of your culture.
It's a cultural value her mother Melissa Salas Ramirez instilled in her at a young age.
We are indigenous people. We're not afforded a lot of the same opportunities that other, races are afforded, and so whatever chance we get to make our platform bigger, you take it.
And a spirit of community fostered by Dee Dee Tyron, who serves as the group's queen chair.
And we want them to partner with all of our initiatives, including our youth programs. We're also partnering with Hasso Chamorro with Rades Children's Hospital to see what we can do as far as getting grants to help the families that come out here.
A special congratulations to Queen Mariana Salas Ramos as she carries the torch in this significant tradition. Destiny Cruz, KUAM News.
As liberation approaches, Judge Johnny Cepeda Gogo announced the book of his his launch of his book Hasso, a step in his journey of honoring World War II survivors and liberators. KUAM intern Shauna Marato has the story.
The thing about the word Hasso has two meanings. Hasso means to think, and Hasso also means to remember. And so this is a very powerful word.
Hasso, to remember. It's the title and the message of Guam Johnny Cepeda Gogo's book and flag signing project. On a journey across state lines and oceans, Judge Gogo is sharing with the world his ongoing work to honor the World War II heroes of Guam.
As we were putting together this book, really it became my opportunity as a love letter to the people of Guam.
Produced by San Logo Publications, the book accompanying this project was put together in collaboration with Pulitzer Prize-winning photojournalist Manny Crisostomo. Contributions from Dr. Robert Underwood and reporter Rob Perez are included in the writing. The content of the book features photos and stories of the survivors and liberators involved in the flag signing project, including Judge Gogo's mother, Remedios Didasco Cepeda Gogo, who shared a sweet moment and a few words at the book launch event held at the Guam Museum earlier this week.
I'm so proud of my boy right here, this young boy, for doing this project. Johnny has a big heart. He's got a big heart.
Governor Joseph Ada and Dr. Underwood shared their own stories from the war during the conference. Along with Judge Gogo, Crisostomo also gave some insight into what the process of creating the project was like.
So we did this for about maybe 6 to 8 months. We kind of traveled around the country together, and we were doing it, and I said, hey, Judge, we got to do a book about this.
Judge Gogo also announced his plans to continue on the project with a second Guam flag, seeking out even more World War II survivors and liberators to cement their legacy with the pen. Gogo saying that he is honored to bring the flag back home to Guam and continue writing his love letter to the island. The book officially launched on July 15th, just in time for Guam's 80th Liberation Celebration. Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Shauna Marato.
Surviving the war here in Guam, my grandparents Maria Fujikawa Delgado and Francisco Delgado are tonight's featured My Liberation Hero.
Here is the war. It started in 1941, December 8, 1941.
This is the story of my liberation hero. Her name, Maria Fujikawa Delgado. She's my grandma, who shared her story with me 7 years ago in July 2017.
I just go crazy because the Japanese airplane was flying above us, and then someone is yelling that they bombed the Sumai Bay already, where all the militaries.
The Japanese occupation of Guam. Grandma and the family were forced to hide.
We have to run and hide in a farther place, not in Hagania.
The Fujikawas ended up in Hagania as the war intensified.
So we stayed there until they decided that the war will be more worse for them because they have to fight now at that time, and the Americans are coming to what you call that,
to help you.
Mm-hmm. So that's the place, the time that we started to be moved out to Maningo.
An uncertain time for Grandma, with the family name also being Japanese.
It's just that I'm always scared too because I'm so young and I don't know what am I going to happen to me with the Japanese. But we were well protected by the Japanese because we are half caste Japanese and our father is pure
Fujikawa.
Yes, yeah. So the respect.
Great-grandpa Masayoshi Antonio Fujikawa was a businessman, not with the enemy forces, but still forced to flee the island for his safety, separated from Grandma and the family for nearly 2 decades. Our now Delgado family grew with Grandma there for us.
And then sometimes we put ponytail in your hair.
Yeah, a happy moment, opposite from the heartache my family experienced on April 16th, 2024. We sent Grandma up with her angel wings to join my other liberation hero, the Delgado brothers' very own Francisco Delgado.
We ended up at the camp. That was the story that you always mention about it.
Grandpa, who passed in 2015, shared his story with my sister Nicole.
We were forced to go down to
the plaza where the plaza is, the plaza discount. They registered us, and they put a band on our arm, and that band has to be there all the time. White band.
Inmanangan marked a prisoner of war in his own homeland.
For several months we stayed there. I see a lot of dead Japanese in the water right down in the river. One on top of the mango tree hanging his head down.
It's these stories, now 80 years old, that keeps us connected to our past. And Guam, now ready to honor and celebrate the greatest generation. And for me, the greatest grandparents, my liberation heroes. I love you, Grandma and Grandpa. I'll see you around. We'll be right back.
Half a Day Fresco Fridays on KUAM News. Presented by Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas. Located in Hagåtña, just across from the Gatti Shopping Center.
Docomo Pacific is on a mission. Whether you're a small business or a large enterprise, we believe fast internet's no longer just an option, it's a necessity. That's why we're committed to bringing fiber to everyone. As your business needs expand, we're working to bridge the digital divide by making strong, swift connections scalable to any business, ensuring you have the connectivity required and then some. Building for tomorrow's needs today. Fiber for everyone. Docomo Pacific Business.
Welcome back to Primetime. The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation looking to the future to reduce cost, explore the possibilities of a solar farm on Saipan. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglona speaks with the new executive director, Kevin Watson.
After a long search, Kevin Watson was hired as the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation executive director. He started the job in June after serving as CUC's deputy executive director.
My main priorities is actually divided in all water, wastewater, and power. We got improvements needed in every area.
Watson said CUC is looking to the future, exploring a potential solar farm on Saipan.
I am following up on the solar power 20 megawatt design. We have funding for that, and we are putting out the RFP this week to do the design. The land is already identified and acquired, so we are moving forward.
Watson said the public land they will use is northwest of the Saipan airport. They're hoping for a public-private partnership for the project, which ranges in cost from $60 million to $100 million. It could take 5 years to complete.
If we can reduce the fuel consumption, then that would help reduce the cost to our customers. We still have to pay, if we do a public-private partnership, we don't know what that cost would be to us now, because we're not in the same situation as Guam. They did theirs 5 years ago.
Tomas Manglona, KUAM News, Saipan.
This week, a celebration was held recognizing Guam's distinguished winners of the 2024 Small Business Administration Awards. Jonah Gacharfris has more.
It was a special presentation recognizing a pair of Guam small businesses on their dedication and entrepreneurial spirit. Awarded the prestigious Small Business Champion of the Year award was Jessica Rosario Leon Guerrero, president of M80 Systems, Inc., and receiving the Veteran Business of the Year award were Sarah Pleadwell Doctor and Monique Genero Amani, owners of Moses Joint.
But it truly is a team effort to get us where we are today, and so I couldn't be more grateful. I have such a wonderful team that I get to work with every single day to make things happen.
I just wanted to say thank you very much for always supporting us, Bank of Guam and the SBA. We couldn't have done any of this without you, moving forward to a bigger place, and can't appreciate you guys enough.
Presenting the awards was Elmi Bermejo, SBA Regional Administrator.
So we're very proud of our small businesses. SBA's sole mission since 1953, when it was founded under President Eisenhower, is to assist small businesses to start, to scale up, and to grow and to be successful.
The event was to also highlight the positive impact small businesses have on our island. Congratulations to the awardees. Jonagan Charfris, KUAM News.
Help the KUAM Care Force set Guam's foster children up for success and fill a backpack with items like pencils, paper, notebooks, and folders. Just visit Kmart to take part in the back-to-school donation drive. We are hoping that with your kindness, we would be able to provide school supplies to 600 foster children on the island. Also available, you can get your child's physical by calling Ohima Medical Clinic or call 671-646-1440. The last day to donate is July 25th. Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured of the rock formation near Paseo.
Hafide, this is Amanda Shelton. It's been my privilege to serve as your senator since 2019 to advance an agenda built on the needs and aspirations of the people of Guam by building consensus with both Democrat and Republican colleagues. Together, we've secured funding for critical programs, strengthened existing laws, and championed new legislation. We did so with recognition and respect for the many and diverse constituencies that make up our island. Today, I'm running for Congress, and it's these values, skills, experience that I'll use to advocate for Guam and Washington. Everyone has ideas. Experienced legislators are both mindful and respectful of others' ideas, but experienced lawmakers also know how to build consensus and turn ideas into action. I'm ready to do the heavy lifting for our island in Congress, and I humbly ask for your vote.
Paid for by Shelton for Congress, Johnny Cole Torres, Treasurer.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Get ready to soak up the savings this summer at Kmart. Since 1995, Kmart has been the ultimate summer destination for everything you need. From groceries to outdoor living to everyday fashions for the family, we've been there for you. 24 hours a day. Kmart is committed to saving you time and money by offering big international and American brands you know at prices incredibly low. Whether you're finding the perfect shade for that summer glow in our beauty care aisles, firing up your summer cookouts from top brands like Weber and Kenmore, or gearing up for those outdoor camping and beach adventures, Kmart's your one-stop shop for an active, fun-filled summer. So, join the fun and soak up the savings. You'll find everything you need and more, only at Kmart, the ultimate shopping destination in Guam, where savings, quality, and summer fun meet under one roof. Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
Hey Nick, you going viral? Yeah. I don't really try, I'm just athletic. I ain't really high, I'm just level-headed. Tell me why the click looking magnetic. Tell me in the city when I'm back in it. Don't need to work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Dude, this is a wow. 1000% a wow, dude.
Foodie Call is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Happy day, guys. Welcome back to another edition of Foodie Calls. And today we're back in Agañas to go check out our friends at Chan's Hot Dog. And let's go see what they got for us today. Hi, how are you? Good. Can I just get one of your K-Dog combos with a number 7 today? Yes, and can I also get a Pepsi with that? Yes, that should be it for today.
So Darby ordered a number 7 with a Pepsi. Now we're gonna put our fries in. So this is our number 7. No, we have our special ingredients from Korea.
So excited, let's go give this a shot. So we have, this is what we're working with. First bite. Wow, can never go wrong with cheese and potato. And that nacho cheese sauce, so good. Cheers. And now we have the fries that comes with the combo that has their special garlic sauce. Yo, that's so good. I've had a lot of garlic fries before, but this one's different. There's like, they put garlic powder and the sauce, and it just tastes so good without it being too overwhelming. All right, guys, there you have it. Today's edition of Foodie Calls here with our friends at Chan's at Agañas Shopping Center. And also shout out to our friends at Pepsi for another edition of Foodie Calls. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Foodie Call is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Music, the South, heritage, culture, me, you, everybody. Put it all together and you have there the Micronesia Music Festival. It is happening on the 27th down in beautiful Talofofo. There's a reason we call it God's country, everybody. It's because it's absolutely beautiful down there, and we are celebrating music from some of our very best. Look at this lineup. This is the 27 Yankees, all right? Every single person here, phenomenally talented, and they are going to be showcasing their gift of music for you. We will definitely see you there. Paseo Takeover also happens on that day, so you know what? Make that Saturday an entire family day full of fun. Head on over to Paseo in Agaña from 7 to 10 p.m. Crew of the Night, Two-Step Limbo, and the Pit Stop Challenge. Make sure to follow at imminent.unlimited on Instagram for that. And if you want to learn the art of angling, we here in the islands, there's so many. The bounty of the sea, as my friend Chris Barnett always says. The basics of fishing or borrowing some gear. Up in the CNMI, they are having a Just Keep Fishing, from rods and reels to tackle boxes, gear up, everything about knowing how to fish safely, wonderfully, and productively. That's good stuff, and that's what we do on News Bites.
Now to your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com and the winner of a yummy ice cream cake.
Happy birthday to Koa and Leo Curry for their 1-year birthday on July 20th with our great love, Mom and Dad. Michelle de Guzman, happy birthday to the best mom ever, and your family says we love you. And Elias Terlahi, happy first birthday. Birthday wishes to our boy, and we are ready to celebrate you. Mommy, Daddy, and the entire family who adore you send you their love. And happy birthday from your family and friends at KUM to Kimberly Gogui. We wish you have the very best day ever. And this week's winner of a Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake is Carmen Kanata. We will reach out to you to let you know when you can pick up your prize.
Happy birthday to all of you celebrating out there. Have a safe and happy Liberation Day weekend. That's your Primetime Show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
Hafi I'm Tomas Manglona reporting on Saipan. Thank you for joining us for another episode of CNMI Weekly.
This convention will come to order.
Nearly 2,500 delegates from across the nation are in Milwaukee. This morning, former President Donald Trump and his vice presidential running mate, first-term Senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance, were formally nominated to lead the ticket in November. Guam and NMI each cast their 9 votes for Trump.
We send a warm hafaday and seduce maasi from the great territory of Guam, where America's day begin. Itano Imansamoro.
The home of the newest Marine Corps base, Camp Blas, and over 20,000 members of our armed forces, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and Space Force, and over 23,000 veterans.
So, Madam Chair, the great territory of Guam proudly cast all 9 of its votes for President Donald J. Trump.
We are so proud to cast all of our votes for our President,
Donald J. Trump!
KUAM spoke with both Guam and NMI RNC delegation chairs after they joined the roll call vote.
The energy is great. There's a lot of excitement when you consider all that happened in the last few days, of course, out in Pennsylvania with the attempted assassination. People are very grateful that he will be here. And, we're just looking forward to the convention.
I was really not 100%, to be honest, sure about Trump before I came here. But now I can say that I am convinced he's the best president for America. The platform is, very good, solid.
Back at home, Guam Republican Party Chair Sean Gumatatao said the party is also sharply focused on the local race.
I've been communicating with the RNC chairman, Michael Watley, that the focus for Guam needs to be to win the elections up and down the ballot. Our strategy has been to get everyone out to vote, to include early voting as a big push from the party.
An arrestee came in, and on his person, after conducting a thorough shakedown or search of his person and his belongings, my staff retrieved approximately 111 grams of crystal methamphetamine.
The discovery of the drugs with a street value of just over $30,000 happened Thursday night in the DOC booking area.
His name is James Camacho. They had a bench warrant out for him. The individual didn't show up for drug court, and DPS brought him in.
This is the second drug bust this week. In a separate case on Tuesday, Customs held a press conference after they found crystal meth hidden in a portable speaker that was mailed from California to Saipan. Law enforcement has this message to the community.
If you see something, say something. Your assistance can help us make a difference, a huge difference in keeping our community safe.
The Marianas Visitors Authority is asking for a $12 million budget from the legislature to rebuild the NMI's tourism economy, while the governor's proposal offers just a third of that. But if we build it, who will come?
We have fewer flights, fewer air seats from Korea compared to pre-pandemic. But as you can see, there's a big hole once filled by China. Direct flights from mainland China have not resumed since the pandemic, and we have only 2 weekly flights from Hong Kong. This is due in large part to the suspension of Annex 6. Thank you, Senators, for the support of the reinstatement of Annex 6, which would allow us to no longer compete for direct flights against a much larger destination in the mainland.
MVA speaking with senators at a Fiscal Affairs Committee hearing. While South Korea dominates with 76% of the market, Japan and China lag far behind.
The Japan market is a lot softer. Globally, it's a lot softer than China and Hong Kong. So the arrivals from Hong Kong do surpass the arrivals from Japan.
The MVA says direct flights from China would help amid the costly indirect routes and competition. Sophia Perez, a filmmaker from Saipan now living in the Bay Area, is part of the Pacifica Entertainment Advancement Committee's inaugural Writers' Fellowship supported by Netflix. She's one of 6 emerging Pacifica writers who will get a boost to their television writing journey. Perez told KUAM about her proposed script for what she's calling Planet Oakland.
It's another kids show, but the script that I turned in is called Planet Oakland, and it's kind of like the premise is sort of similar to Men in Black, except for the focus is on one of the alien families that moves to Oakland and has to like be low key about the fact that they're aliens, and then also try and like fit in. And it's mostly about the 12-year-old younger brother. His name is Corned Beef, and he's like has to try and go to middle school and adjust.
Perez was born in Oakland and is a PhD student in UC Berkeley's geography department. She recently directed Island Time, a Chamorro children's show, and is directing a documentary about the resistance to the military buildup in the Marianas. She shared the inspiration for her script under the fellowship.
Coming back to the Bay from Saipan was like a whole almost like reverse culture shock, And then also so many people in my family immigrated to the Bay, right? Mostly in my grandpa's generation. So there's all these stories to pull from, and there's so many immigrant stories in general that I think don't really get told in kids' shows that often.
Perez will be mentored by fellow Pacific Islander Naomi Scott with Great Scott Productions. Perez has this advice for aspiring writers.
Use our network, it's there, it's real. There's so many people that want to see more of these stories, and there's so many people that are down to like give you a leg up.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
My name is Sarah Fagre, and I'm the primary investigator for the University of Washington's Mariana Crow Recovery Project, and also a research associate for the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, working on Rhoda.
Great. And so we got some really great news that DLNR pushed out over the weekend about the aga population. Basically, it's on the path to being delisted, and there's some promise now, right?
Yeah, we've seen incredible results from this rear and release program that began in 2015. I've been on Rhoda since 2009, I started off with the University of Washington, and now I'm working for both the zoo and University of Washington. But when I first arrived on Rhoda, there were only 46 pairs, and now we're up to 71. And that is largely due to the rear and release program that has increased the production of crows, released them back into the wild, and had a really high survival rate.
And so can you explain what that process has looked like since 2015, what the day-to-day is, how many people are on the ground, really what does it take to get to where we're at now?
Yeah, so for the rear and release program, this is a really good species to do this kind of recovery effort with because they can breed nearly year-round, and most of their nests in the wild fail, but they re-nest over and over again. So this gives us an opportunity to collect eggs or small nestlings from wild nests, take those into captivity and rear them by hand, and the wild pairs that we collect these young from will then lay new eggs, create new young, and by the end of the season, the pairs that we collected from have the same reproductive rates. So every bird that we raise in captivity is essentially a bonus, an extra bird that the population wouldn't otherwise have. And to raise these birds, the San Diego Zoo it's a program in situ on Rhoda. So all this work is being done on Rhoda with local support. And the zoo program, the rear and release, I would say they have 6 to 8 people. Raising these baby birds is a lot of work. They get fed once an hour when they first hatch. They're fed from dawn till dusk with tiny, tiny little forceps. And then as they get older and their eyes open, we work to make sure they know they're wild birds. We use puppets, a crow puppet, to feed them and hide ourselves behind costumes once they start opening their eyes. So it's quite a labor-intensive process. And then they're moved out to these aviaries where they're free-flighted and they can start learning to forage on native plants and animals.
And so how many crows are in captivity and how many are in the wild of these, of all the pairings you talked about?
So you mean the wild pairs or the?
Yeah, what's the population for captivity and the wild?
Well, since we rear the crows just to release them, and we just had a release of 23 individuals, we only have 4 individuals in captivity right now, and we have released a total of 85 individuals since 2015, most of which are still alive.
And what is the biggest threat to the aga when we're talking about? Yeah, it's the threat to its population on Rhoda.
It's a really good question. And you would think that, having been there researching this and asking this question since 2005, that's when UW originally came on, that we would have an answer by now. And we're getting closer, but we still don't have a complete picture of what's causing such high mortality rates. Most nests fail. It's really hard to tell what's happening, what's causing the eggs to disappear. Is it a predator? Is it a disease? We have a new project right now to see if we can get cameras looking down inside the nests, because we're hoping that might be a way to determine why so many nests fail. And then a lot of young birds die. And what we know so far is basically that there's something in the environment that's causing an extreme immune response in these birds. And this immune response, like you can sort of think of it as an autoimmune type thing, is creating so much inflammation in their bodies that it actually kills them. But what we can't figure out yet is, what is this thing in the environment? We know it's in the environment because when we bring these birds into captivity and raise them in captivity on Rhoda, they don't die of this this inflammation. So that's a puzzle we're still working on.
And what do the next few years or even months look like? Are we within reach of delisting as an endangered species? What are the metrics? What are the goals in the next few years?
Yeah, so one of the major criteria for downlisting the species is to have 75 breeding pairs. So that's 75 pairs that, produce eggs that hatch. On Rhoda is our first step, of course, and then a second population somewhere else. Ideally, that would be Guam, if the tree snake can be controlled to the extent that crows can be reintroduced there. If not Guam, perhaps one of the northern islands. But we have gotten so much closer to that goal since I've been there on Rhoda, from 46 pairs and a population that is possibly still declining to 71 pairs and increasing year after year. You can see that we're close to that 75 pair mark on Rhoda. And we do still need to solve the problem of reproduction. Not all of those 71 pairs are reproducing successfully. So that's where the nest cameras come in to try to solve that problem. But I would say that we've made huge progress, and I can see the path to actually delisting this bird.
And so for delisting, it would go from endangered to what would be the down?
I think it could go to threatened.
Okay.
If it was not endangered, yeah. But I'm actually not an expert on the policy end of it.
Okay.
Just on the let's increase this population, and it's better for the birds. Obviously, for them to have a healthy population. It's better for the people of Rhoda to be more relaxed and feel comfortable that there aren't going to be endangered species regulations holding up their land. So yeah, it's really just better all around.
All right. Anything else you think the people should know? Anything else with the program that you'd like to add that I didn't ask about?
Yeah, I'd love to add that we are always looking for local people, for Rotanese or people from Saipan or Guam or Tinian to join our crew. We have field technicians who do the part in the jungle. We have zoo team technicians who raise the baby birds. And if anyone is interested, if they could contact us, we are always looking for local people to get involved. And ultimately, my goal with this program, I love Rhoda. It's my home and I could stay there forever. But if I don't stay there forever, the thing that will make me feel like I have succeeded is to be able to pass this program on to the people of Rhoda.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
The follow-up program under the PSS hasn't been treated equally with the Chamorro program. I hate standing here to bring this to your attention. And every time we ask for something, the legislature did not give us the amount that we needed to hire more followers teachers.
Amid the public school system's budget hearing at the CNMI legislature, supporters of the Chamorro Carolinian Language and Heritage Studies program voiced their frustrations over the lack of equity over the years.
Year after year, I've been hearing there is no money to hire teachers, Carolinian teachers. No one is applying, but yet when I speak to the community, there have been people that are applying. I've been hearing there are no qualified applicants, but yet the qualifications and the certifications are person to person.
CNMI PSS told KUAM in a previous interview that there are 40 Chamorro and 16 Carolinian teachers and instructors. That doesn't include teacher aides. Some community members called on lawmakers to conduct an oversight hearing.
I request that the Ways and Means Committee hold PSS accountable